Great. Well, good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys at. Great time and a great pleasure to be here with you guys. I do have a very special person here with us. Nicole, right, is with us today. She is the partner that I will be interviewing today. Nicole, could you let us know, right, a little bit about who you are, maybe what you specialize in, where you're from, and all that, good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I love getting first time home buyers into the market. I love that. Downsizers or upsizers. So any kind of second home is what I like to help people with as well. I dabble a little bit with investors. I have a couple investor clients who love to flip, and I love contributing to that and watching their homes basically be built from scratch because it's a very wonderful journey. And yeah, so that's kind of where I've been.
So you made the decision to, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna now navigate my own ship. And I like the fact that you mentioned you have a little bit of experience there, different part of the market. And, I'm curious to know what was going on in your life, right, in business that led you to basically look for a solution like Meskula has.
I had heard about online lead generation, all of that jazz. I guess a different friend who was in real estate at the time, and I didn't know much about it. I didn't know that this world even existed, and I realized that a lot of successful agents were using this method to supplement what they're already doing to gain business. And I know people who are in automation and all that, and I thought to myself, I don't have the time to learn that. That's a whole other world. And so for me, it's like you either have to go with your strength or you have to kind of source it out. If it's not a strength of yours, you kind of have to source it out. So for me, it was finding a company that could help me with this, that actually gave, because I did partner with a company once before, and I had a very different experience than I'm having now.
Wow, that's important. That's very important. Making sure that we partner with someone that cares. And so that's actually one of the core values that we have. Nicole, and I'm sorry for anybody watching this and future partners that could be, or potential partners that we may have. I don't normally cuss, but hear this out. Right. You guys will come in what we call a workshop, where we kind of share our values. And one of our values is we actually care. I was going to say the word. I don't want to.
You can't do it.
We actually care. And what does that mean? That we try as much as possible to provide value and keep each other accountable, work together, and communication is very key. So whenever anybody has a question or any doubts or whatever it may be, whatever you may be struggling with, any drawbacks, let's go ahead and work it out. Let's find out ways to make this happen. So working with someone, partnering with someone to achieve success and that cares, right, one another, I think we'll get there. That is a for sure thing. Okay, now I want to hear from you, right? Tell me how the overall results have been so far with the leads, the appointments, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I was shocked. The leads were coming in, and I just hopped on the phone right away. I wanted to talk to people. I was really eager. I was excited. These are home evaluations. People want to know what their home's worth, and this is my opportunity to educate them. And so I was super pumped, super excited, got on the phone right away. My first 3 phone calls, everyone, to my shock, actually picked up the phone. They picked up the phone, I called them, and we had some really great conversations. So within that, I don't remember which day I started. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, one of those days. But anyhow, I ended up booking an in-person appointment that Sunday. So already, we went live for 24 hours or something. It was crazy. And I called the person up and we had a great conversation. And then I went over that following Sunday. And then I have 2 others right now in the pipeline 3 others in the pipeline now that I need to set an appointment to see, but they're going to be ready to sell soon. So pretty wild. I don't think I've ever experienced that unless it was a referral. So that was amazing.
First and foremost, it's been 2 weeks and you already have engagement, which it's crazy, right? To kind of go over the amount that's been going on. But tell me, Nicole, here a little bit here about the experience with Meskula from the onboarding process process to this day, right? Since you started up until now, what can you say?
Okay. So when so it was an ad that I saw online and I kept seeing it and I signed up for it. And then I was like, no, you know what? No, next week, I'll look more into this. I kept pushing it off. And then finally I was like, screw it. I'm going to book an appointment, a consultation, see what this is about. What do I have to lose? Because literally it doesn't cost you anything to talk to somebody at least. As soon as I went online, I had Josh, I believe, and him and I just hit it off right away. Like it was like we've been friends for years. And I was so easily able to open up to him and just tell him, like, listen, this is where I'm at. I don't want to get screwed over again because this is what's happened. Tell it to me straight. And he was very open with me, gave me the whole spiel. I asked a million gajillion questions and he was very patient with me. And so that was kind of like the onboarding process. And then it took me about 24 to 48 hours to kind of make a decision, sign the papers, and then get going. So, and I'm a very skeptical person and I don't like to say that I'm impulsive. So for me to make a decision like this, like I was nervous. It was scary. It's always scary to be out of your comfort zone, but I did it. So yeah, the first part of that journey already from the get-go was a very, very positive. And then we moved on to getting on board and all of that. And then I got to meet Karen and you and all the other coaches. I can't name right now. Still getting to learn everybody's name. But it was so wonderful. Everyone was so motivating. And it is like a collaboration on steroids. Like I feel like it's just, you feel like you're part of a team, but you get to be a solo agent, which is amazing. And you have all these resources in place, but it's really up to you to kind of take everything and value it. I feel like if you don't use it, you're just wasting your time and money. So like if you don't use your coaches, if you don't go to the calls, if you don't contribute, I feel like, what's the point in any of it? So that all is helping you grow. Because I thought I was at a place where it's like, oh, I can't grow anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was on a team before, and then I felt like, they weren't teaching me more enough. And so I left and I kind of went on my own. And then it got kind of lonely on my own. And I was like, I feel like I'm not talking to enough people, or, you know what I mean? So I was like, there's got to be more to this. And when I signed up with you guys, I was like, holy cow. Like, okay, there's scripting going back and forth. There's so much that I've learned in 2 weeks already. My brain is like, has grown.
Great that you are finding value in the process. And you mentioned something that I found is very key. Take advantage of the tools that you're given. Mm-hmm. Can you just elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So things like, there are days like our meeting last week, and you saw I was just like not having it. I was just having we have our good days, our positive days, and then we have our days where we're just like, holy crap, let's just get through it. You know what I mean? And so I was having one of those like just down days, and then I went to our Facebook group, and that's one of the things that I really love too, is like going into our private group and being able to see other people's wins for the day, because it really does lift you up. Or if someone's had something go wrong, then we're all there encouraging them, and that's something that I really, really love. So yeah, I would say that's even a tool too. Like we're in a very psychological field, I feel like, and it can drain you some days. So it's nice to know that you have a whole support system backing you up. And then our CRM is outstanding, and our automation's top of the line, I would feel. And then just like the whole university, like you just get so many courses that you can go through, and it's just, I've never seen anything like this, honestly.
That's lovely to hear. So let me ask you this in this case, Nicole. What would you say to other agents, who are considering working with us?
I've already had agents ask me about it, and I've told them. And yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to grow. So definitely, it's obviously always going to be scary to leap into something that you're unfamiliar with, but it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. So.
Wow. Well, great time. You guys heard it from Nicole, and that makes a huge difference because now you know, right? Raw time, it's just live time that people are having success, they're engaging, they're getting leads, their business is growing, and that's what we look for. And so, Nicole, I do want to thank you for this time. Thank you for your honesty, for the heart, right? For opening up for those that are questioning or in doubt as to if this is something that they can go with. Nicole and I are working together. So, but Nicole, once again, any last, I don't know, any last thoughts?
Whatever it is, if you're even contemplating this and you're like watching all the tutorials like I did and you're going through it, just book a call. Book a call, consultation. You have nothing to lose. Meet with someone so they can take you through the whole thing like they did with me, and then you can make your decision. And it's not salesy. There's one thing that we repeat often is that nothing that we do is salesy. We're actually genuine and we care. Everything, yeah, that's where it all comes from. Just caring about growth. So that's my last one.
From the heart.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nicole, thank you so much.